Hey guys, this is my take on how I do reviews. I know, this is a little late, but I wanted to get my review style a test run on something I'm already familiar with, and that would be the Nintendo Switch. This review series is called Arguing with Myself. The title essentially says what's going on with me and my other persona, now dubbed Mr. Scruffy. We, will go back and forth about pros and cons about the particular item I am reviewing. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know what you think in the comments. I enjoy feedback. I'll be seeing you guys there. That's enough explaining. Now on to the video. The Nintendo Switch is no powerhouse, that's for sure. Nintendo fell off the powerhouse bandwagon back in the early 2Ks with the GameCube. GameCube coming second to the original Xbox One? The first Xbox. Anyways, similarly, with the Switch being the weaker out of the main console lines, those being the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox family, this does not mean it's some slouch. From my understanding, it has the strongest mobile chip available to the market right now, and that makes it one heck of a 1-2 punch. Being able to take your console experience on the go and not have anything lacking between handheld and docked mode other than screen size is honestly, it's a game changer.
Biffy, now don't go praising the Switch blindly. The Switch does sometimes lack in the visual department. When undocked, the frames per second takes a dip here and there. It's not all unicorn farts rainbows, bro. Compared to Microsoft and Sony systems, it's completely underpowered and you can't spit out pretty graphics. Now don't even think about spewing that hurdy-dur-dur. It's all about the art style, cause it's not. Ring, 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 guess who's calling? Wii U to remind you that the third-party developers jump ship because of lack of power and the install base.
Fine, it is true that the Wii U was underpowered and was a commercial failure, but is that really a good comparison? Look at the Switch sitting comfortably in its first year with already over 3 million units sold. That's only 4 months ago, you know that, right? That hardware may be weaker than the PS4 and the Xbox out of the gate, but can the other two consoles be played on the go with such ease? Such finesse?
What's your point, Spiffy?
The point is, hardware doesn't sell systems, software does, and within its first year, Nintendo's already packing heat with the likes of Zelda, Mario Kart, ARMS, Splatoon 2, Mario Odyssey, Yoshi, all these games, and the list keeps growing and growing. If it keeps getting bigger and better, the Switch will not be a fail of a system. I believe this hardware is right where it needs to be to justify a $299.99 price point for a device that plays games in HD that you can take on the go immediately, no questions asked. Literally snaps from your TV straight onto the console screen. Perfect for anyone that wants to just hop up and go somewhere and doesn't want to leave their gaming behind.
AKA the toilet, huh?
I plead the fifth on that, but that's besides the point. If you're gonna go on a long car ride that you won't be driving, obviously, have a flight on an airplane, or even just want to take it to your friend's house, the Switch is that portable.
Yeah, it's snappy when you take it out of the dock, but when you put it in, it's not very snappy there, is it, Spiffy? Takes forever to come up on the screen sometimes, and you know it, admit it, Nintendo is doomed!
Are you trying to be a troll right now? Are you? I mean, okay, well, I won't say it's as fast as taking the tablet out of the dock from TV to tablet, but there is a sort of a band-aid for it when it goes from tablet to TV. Say if you come home and you want to play your Switch immediately from playing on the go and want to go to your TV is naturally going to be off, right? On the arrival of your home. Not many people notice this, but when you throw the Switch in the dock while the tablet is on, the Switch will turn on your TV, switch, no pun intended, your inputs or source to your inputs for the Switch, and before the TV is completely booted up and on, the transferring from the tablet to the home screen would have been done. It does come with a little drawback though, because if you're not careful and put the tablet in the dock while the TV is on, the Switch will change the channel on your TV regardless of what's going on or who's using it.
Yeah, but check out the controllers. They're ridiculously small. Gaming for hours on end would be hand cramping and aggravating. Doesn't seem that ergonomic at all, Mr. Spiffy, if that's your real name. Especially when you split 2 Joy-Cons for 2 people. What's going on there, huh? Small controller equals small battery. Do those things even last long? I'm not buying it, Spiffy. That's gotta be uncomfortable for big gamer hands like mine.
You're really, I don't even know what to say to you, man. Though they are a little on the small side. They are. In my opinion, they are very comfortable. They are small, you can reach everything without much struggle, you can grip each Joy-Con in your hand with ease. And it comes with grips that can be attached to the sides on the controllers to give them a little bit more bulkiness when there are 2 players. The battery, I almost forgot that these things had batteries. To be honest, I've never gotten a low battery signal. It could be something to do with the fact that when you connect your Joy-Cons to the Switch, it charges them either while you're playing or while the console isn't being played. There's also a charging grip option, but that comes with a price of $29.99 plus tax.
Bro, I hate Nintendo and their proprietary hardware. It's like going to GameStop trying to buy a game and them telling me I have to pay for it using their gift cards. Just give me something universal. I'd rather have a traditional controller regardless anyways. What you gotta say about that, huh, Spiffy? Can't have an answer for everything, can you?
Well, technically you have two options. Throw the two Joy-Cons on a controller grip or buy a Pro controller, which is a straight up traditional controller with all the features of the Joy-Cons except for the motion controls and the sensor on the bottom right of the Joy-Con.
Oh, swell. Just swell. More things to charge me with, right? Let's do the math right quick, okay? Let's see, Nintendo Switch, 300 smackaroos, 2 Joy-Cons, Switch straps, dock, console itself. So, if I want a charging grip, it's gonna be bang, another $30. Another pair of Joy-Cons, which is $80, or a single Joy-Con for $40. If I easily want to switch, no pun intended, again, to different TVs, I need another dock with all the cables and stuff. That's gonna run me another $90. I would prefer the Pro controller, so another $70.
Okay, so what are you getting at right now?
You see it, bucko? Let's see. Carry the 1. Yeah, divide by 2. Carry the 6. Spiffy, you're looking at a cool $610 with the console and another $310 extra if you're just looking to buy the extras if you already have the console.
So it's a little expensive. What's your point?
What's my point? My point is with $300, I can get a PlayStation 4 with a controller and a new game. What you think of, Spiffy? I'm made of money? You must be insane.
Well, I am talking to myself.
You suck.
Fine, I admit it, the add-ons are a little ridiculous. In Nintendo's defense though, you can split the two Joy-Cons into two controllers technically. Though almost limited, it serves as two completely functional controllers right out of the box, which is not the case often when it comes to consoles and pack-ins.
You really think that's gonna fly with the consumer, Spiffy? Do you? I don't like it, neither should you. I do want to hear your defense on Nintendo's UI. Tell me that's not lackluster. Tell me.
Relax, I was going to get to that next. The user interface though, I feel it's a massive improvement over the dreadful low speeds and lagginess of the Wii U. There's a lack of things that would make it better straight out of the box. And even with this past update we've seen with the likes of channels, finding friends that was added via Wii U and 3DS. It's like the Switch's version of Miiverse. We are still missing things such as YouTube, Netflix, and other streaming apps. Now that I think about it, we are missing apps in general.
Nintendo not having a web browser on a tablet device is dropping the ball harder than the shady guy dropping his mixtapes in the back alley of a New York street.
Yeah, well, in general, the user interface is fast, snappy, and really responsive. But the lack of a web browser is kind of awkward, and there's evidence of it already being on the system. Because when you got to post a screenshot on Facebook, it does it via a web browser. And that's it. Once you post whatever you want to, it exits out of said web browser. Take the Joy-Cons off, and what do you have? A tablet. It would be really convenient to take your Switch out and say like a McDonald's or a Starbucks or whatever place these days that have a Wi-Fi hotspot. Pop out the kickstand and watch an episode on Netflix or something while you're eating. But I'm sure in due time that they will add all this stuff. It'll just be nice to have it right now in case one of these dreaded game droughts comes our way. Ugh, I almost choked saying that. Speaking of the internet connection and all, that's another gripe I have with the user interface, the Nintendo eShop.
You mean that you have to reconnect to the store every time you leave it?
Exactly, yes, it's a minor gripe, but it's annoying that I have to leave the shop and it completely disconnects. What concerns me a little more is the lack of being able to browse games that are not listed in the shop. So unless you know exactly what games there are and specifically look up said game, you might not see it listed in the categories that are listed, which happens to only be recent releases, bestsellers, and coming soon. What happens to the games that aren't bestsellers, that had already been released and are no longer coming soon? If there's a way to find it, I'm not sure and I'm not seeing it, so let me know. However, it would be nice to have it like Xbox where you can just scroll through the store and automatically have all the options right there for you without having to connect, because you're already connected. And if you're out and about, then you can connect manually to the store via Wi-Fi. I don't know, seems like a missed opportunity for me.
I thought I was the negative one. Jeez, Spiffy. I'll tell you guys what. If Spiffy is not having it, well, if having Wi-Fi only bugs you, you can go and get yourself an Ethernet port for as much more as only $20, and for 3 payments of $19.99 into Spiffy's account, I can go buy myself some video.
Hey, what are you doing, man? What? This ain't no advertisement. Well, as Scruffy was trying to say before, trying to con all you guys, you can get yourself an Ethernet port, and even though that's possible, I don't understand why Nintendo wants to go and try to make a splash in the competitive scene and not have a hardwired connection built into the dock or the Switch itself. I know the Pro Controller has the option when plugged in via USB that'll turn it into a hardwired controller, but doing so will turn off the amiibo function. Yes, I understand that the wireless amiibo function will interfere with connections, but for something that a casual player would be using at home, there should be at least a toggle option on the Pro Controller to toggle the amiibo option on and off.
Seems like you're starting to grasp the straws here, Spiffy. Want to start wrapping it up? You might start losing them.
I suppose so. I want to touch on a few small things, like the evidences of themes that are here even though the option of it being black and white are the only options. It'll be cool once we get video game themes to change the background and little sound effects once we get the options to earn or buy them. I also want to appreciate just how fast the captures are. You press the button and boom, it's already taken. The touchscreen is highly responsive, and without nitpicking, everything works really smoothly through the hardware, software, even surprisingly the online functionality, with my main gripes being the eShop and no hardwire connection, and how expensive the add-ons are, and just general lack of polish on Nintendo's half, which could be fixed with patches for all we know. The Nintendo Switch is looking to be one of my favorite consoles of all time. If it could even top the GameCube, that is. But we will see in all due time, my friends. In all due time. I really enjoy the system, with it coming out with a really solid lineup and me having extra cash to buy accessories. Most of my complaints are taken of. How do you feel about the Switch? This has been my first arguing with myself. I hope you enjoyed it. I worked particularly hard on this. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think about my twist on reviews. I really appreciate every kind of feedback I get. I'll be seeing you guys in the comments, and on that note, guys, this has been Mr. Spiffy. Have a good one.
Well, I'm back. If you like the content, hit that subscribe button. If you really like the content, give that bell a good old ring-a-ding-ding. Until next time, guys, this has been a Mr. Spiffy video. Stay tuned.
And I'm convinced you stumbled across this video, you've liked it ever since. Seen so many games from big and it make no dang sense. Nintendo watching over us, my wallet down to cents. And I'm convinced you stumbled across this video, you've liked it ever since. Seen so many games from big and it make no sense. Nintendo watching over us, my wallet down to my fire mixtape dudes. Find me on Twitter at Mr. Spiffy5, dog.
Game over.